Sean, we get asked really this question quite a lot, and it has to do with the setup and what should happen before the swing actually starts. So in today's video, we're going to share with you our 5 most common, biggest setup mistakes that we see golfers make all the time, and then the important part, how to fix them. So it kind of makes sense to start right with how we hold the club, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the first error we're going to try to look at and fix of setup mistakes is the left hand grip or the lead hand.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, if you're a higher handicapper golfer, you're not doing it correctly.
Right.
Most of the time, you're getting it in the palm too much, right? And
let me hold your club there.
Yeah. So they end up getting it this way in the hand too much, across the hand this way, as opposed to this way more across in the fingers. Now, it doesn't mean in the fingertips. I gave a lesson the other day. The guy was holding the club like this. He said, yeah, I heard I was supposed to hold it in my fingers. But he had it so far in the fingertips that he couldn't control the club face. It would bounce around.
Bounce around, yep.
So what you want to do is grab it. We've said this before. Pick it up like you're grabbing a suitcase. You'd have your upper part of your fleshy part of your pad of your left hand on top of the club. You almost squeeze it like a vice grip. Do not let this go, right? So if you're in your setup position, a lot of you are trying to take your grip down here by the ball. I'd rather have you almost take it with the club level to the ground or off to the side, so you can grab it and then lower the club to the ground on that same angle, and you have a lot better chance of getting in the right place.
Yeah, I like the idea of putting the club up here, right, the camera, and learning how to grip it this way or this way, right in front of you, rather than just having the club down and you just go. It's so easy to go right into the palm when it's down here.
Absolutely, and a lot of you start setting up to accompany that. You'll do too much knee bang because you feel like you're supposed to keep the club and the arm in a straight line. You're not. You need to have an offset angle here so that you can get the hand in the right place so you get some leverage going back.
And we had a question about that recently, talk about pre-shot routine. This is a great piece to add to the pre-shot routine for a lot of people. So if the camera is our target here, I'd like to see you set up here, and you see a number of pros doing this, and then take the grip here and then start to walk into the shot, rather than going into the shot, get the club down, thinking, then start to grip it like that.
It's a big problem.
Yeah. So first thing is grip, right? Too much in the palm. Change your routine a little bit. Make sure you're getting it where it needs to be. Get this set right, because this is hugely important for the rest of the swing. And then go into the shot, leave this in place, and then start to aim your club. You'll be much better for it. All right, let's look at number 2. All right, Sean, number 2 is really an extension of number 1, and it's how far golfers get to the ball.
Yeah, so a lot of guys, when they set up to the ball, they just kind of haphazardly walk into the shot, and they have no idea the distance from the ball they need to be.
Well, yeah, it comes down, they put the club down, put their grip on it, and then kind of fish for this a little bit, right?
They don't have a way to get set up the same way every time. And a lot of times they're too far away, right?
Yeah, a lot of reaching.
A lot of reaching, and we said it in the first video here. A lot of you guys are trying to get the arms in the club in a straight line, and it feels good to do that.
So by straight line, he's talking about this line here. So
that's a killer,
straight line,
swing killer.
Right.
It just causes so many problems as you start back. Yeah. So the best way to do this, just kind of with an iron, just let your arms hang down, or just grip it like we said in the last video. Let your arms kind of hang, bend forward, and a good checkpoint is
you ought to arms dangle right underneath the shoulders.
Yeah, if I were to release my right hand and let it swing, it should come back pretty much in the same place.
Right.
That's with an iron. A driver, you're going to be a little farther out.
If you're a reacher?
Yeah. It's a great way to
come way inside.
It's an old Butch Harmon one. A lot of stuff he does really makes a lot of sense to me. It's simple, but once you get in there, make sure your fingertips are about at your kneecaps. That gives you the right amount of forward bend. And then just let your arms swing and come back. If you're too far away, it'll swing in here. If you let go and it's way out here, you know you're too close, just back off a little. What an easy way to check. I've given that to so many students and they always like that.
And if you have a consistent starting point, right, which is why we started with the grip, that's consistent, and we know we want this angle to stay pretty much intact. Now we can start to let the arms hang. Now you just kind of lower yourself into the shot rather than bending and then trying to fish here, right? So it's get everything hanging then just lower yourself into the shot.
Absolutely. So that gives you a good way to get the right distance from the ball. But the kiss of death is probably too far away. You don't see a lot of guys standing too close, I feel like.
Not a lot, but it's common for taller golfers.
But
actually.
again, it could be, and again, it's the same fix. Just
Right.
let your arm hang and figure out where that is.
Right, then you're bringing in, making sure the equipment fits you and making sure all those things are right for you. But this is one of those areas where golfers get in trouble by trying to copy their favorite golfer. If I tried, let's say Corey Pavin was my favorite golfer and I tried to copy his setup, we have massively different body styles and proportions that wouldn't be a good model for me to copy. So again, it's finding your best setup, your best distance from the ball. That's where you're going to play your best from. All right, Sean, we've got the grip dialed in now, right? We've got distance from the ball dialed in. Now let's actually get into some postural kind of issues that we see a lot.
Yeah, I think if we're talking about kind of setup problems that we see, the 5 main ones, one of them is definitely this idea that you want to set up behind the ball, which gets into this reverse K idea, thought process where the golfer is tilted back this way at address because they think they want to be behind the ball because that's where they see their best players at impact, or their best players at. But what we've seen with the best players in the world using the gear system and measuring in 3D, that's not how it works. They don't set up this way.
We'll be on top of it.
Yeah, they set up straight basically, right? Top of the swing, you're trying to be straight. So in my mind, why would I want to be over here if the top of the swing I'm trying to get straight up and down again? It just makes them unnecessary.
Well, golfers don't do. They set up over here, and they run into their arm, and then they never get in that position because of the setup.
Or they start there and then they lunge.
Right.
And it's a much tighter motion just to set up fairly neutral here, pretty straight, not a lot of tilt. Turn, little shift, still pretty neutral, and then you get your reverse K.
Exactly right.
At impact, because the pelvis
where it should
movement.
be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fallacy to kind of think of, okay, that's where I want to be at impact, so I'm going to start there.
That's ruined a lot of swings.
Right, and one of the other things we see that causes this reverse K is the ball inching too far back. So if I'm here, I put this ball back, and everybody knows, right, they've been told keep the head behind the ball. Okay, now, right, we see this all the time. Closes, they're trying to hit it back here, but the shoulders are aimed way over here, and it really starts to snowball. That's why if you notice, and a couple of you have caught this, if you'll notice all the gears videos that we post, you see ball positions with irons way up here in the front.
Farther up than you think.
Oh, way up there. Because these guys are keeping the spine neutral. They're still behind the ball, but they don't have to manufacture behind the ball. They do it with ball position.
Definitely.
You move much faster that way, and you move much more dynamically doing that. So again, grip, distance from the ball,
reverse K,
flush to reverse K.
Yeah.
Now let's look at number 4. All right, for number 4, we're gonna kind of combine. We're gonna do a 4A and a 4B because they're so linked, right? And it has to do with where we aim the shoulders and where we actually start the swing with the shoulders. So let's have you set up at our blue flag out here, Sean. So if you're like most golfers, especially beginner golfers, you're going to set up, if you're a right-handed golfer, you're going to set up way to the right.
Just for some reason, because we're on the side of the ball, that perspective looks correct to them.
When we see golfers, and I'll use the camera as a target, come in and you see them line up, they'll go, look back over their shoulder, look back over the shoulder. The habit to get in is where you just kind of tilt your head. If I do that right now and just tilt my head, I can see I'm way farther right. Rather than, if you have to get out of your posture to see where you're aiming, you're probably aiming too far right.
If you're having to crank your neck back around way too far to the right, and a lot of you are guilty of doing that. So, you know, the fix for that is, A, understand the perception, right?
Right.
A lot of times you're going to have to feel for a little while that your feet are aimed a little left the way you want the ball to go. I know I do. I know David Toms feels that way. He's a little more left than he thinks he needs to be a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all of us have a tendency to start cranking the body this way. Even really good players.
We don't see a golfer, whether it's a pro who's won a bunch on tour or if it's a guy that just picks up the game. We don't really see golfers come in with the skill, and I'll call it a skill because it's something you develop, that they just line up straight every time. It's perceptions, right? We have to train these perceptions to match the reality of where the target is. And you'll see at every tour event, you don't see them at amateur events very often, but every tour event, you're going to see alignment sticks on the ground.
Ropes,
umbrellas, ropes, clubs. These guys understand the importance of training this. It's not get it for a day, then you don't got to worry about it. It's you have to stay on top of it every single day.
Yeah.
Because where you set up to has a big, really influence on where you're going to swing.
And how are you going to swing?
So you can take Adam Scott's swing aim him way to the right of his target and give him enough time and it won't start to look like Adam Scott anymore.
No, it won't.
All right, so let's go back into that. So we're gonna, this is again, we see guys aim too far to the right. Now, they've hit enough balls to the right. Now they start to crank the shoulders open by putting that right arm on there.
Yeah, they bring the right arm over high, shoulders get open. Now they can at least start a ball near the target or get it to end on the target.
So when you use your alignment sticks now to get your aim correctly, and you're used to doing this with the open shoulders, now you're going to be hitting balls massively out to the left or slicing them. What can we do to fix that?
So once you get your feet where they need to be, like Mike said, a big issue is bringing this right arm high because it gets the grip weak, and also the right forearm rides high, which causes that kind of slicing motion. I want you to take your right hand and put it on the inside of your thigh like this. Get yourself set up square to the target or parallel to the target. Put your hand here, then bring it to the grip.
So you're kind of doing like a little uppercut to the grip.
Absolutely. That keeps the right forearm a little bit underneath or lower, which where the forearms go, the shoulders are going to go. So if you can come in this way, get your hand on there. Now, if Mike lays a club across my forearms this way, that should be pretty much parallel to the target line as well, right? So I don't want to be this way, and I don't want to be too much underneath. You can see what that does to my shoulder. So just swing it up from underneath. That'll also keep your right hand from getting too weak. A lot of you are too much this way with the right hand.
Which hopefully we'll get situated by gripping it before we get in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a good point. But if you do have a tendency to get this thing high, even once you get in there and you're still cranking it, just kind of go here and feel that a couple times to see where you need to be.
So understand the progression here. Most golfers come in with poor shoulder alignment because their aim is off, right? So it's correct the aim and then tune up where the shoulders point. And I love this here, this little uppercut, thigh to the club. You'll be good to go. All right, Sean, number 5 here. How often do you see this?
Every day.
Every day. All right, so golfers by now, it's everywhere. You see it written all the time, EE, early extension, humping the goat, whatever you want to call it, right? So they figure, like most golfers who reverse K because of impact, they're going to fix early extension at address.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
It's usually a really squatty position. I call it getting the center of the hips too far behind the heels.
Yep.
They start getting almost maybe like a foot or 6 inches back there if I drop the line down, because they think that they're just going to do it at address and keep back there. And 9 times out of 10, when it's too much at address, they come out of it, they're even early extending on the back. So it's like that's another epidemic.
Well, and they keep, okay, I didn't do it enough. So now they're playing from your heels, right?
Yeah.
We see this all the time with our pressure mats.
Yeah.
Playing from the heels as soon, because you got to remember this club is going to go from front of the body to behind the body with some momentum. So that's going to be pulling on you. So if I start in the heels and I take this club back here, already I'm about to lose balance. So I'm going to rock just to stay on my feet. So the best intentions is creating the worst result.
Yeah, so trying to get back there and lock yourself in, I see it every single day. So what I have people do is get really close to a wall. So let's say this is the wall. I have people get 1 club width from the wall. So the wall's behind me. And then I say, take your setup position. And they go, bang! They almost put the rear end right through the wall. So I said, no, you can still bend forward to the ball without pushing your butt through the wall.
Right.
And as soon as they do that, they go, oh, that's totally different. I'm still bent forward, I'm just not as squatty.
And it also gives you a place to move away from.
So usually that leaves them about a hand width, a finger's width this way between the wall. And I say, now push the wall on the backswing. And that, I mean, I've fixed a lot of swings doing that. I mean, it's just simple stuff that we see over and over that we're trying to bring to you guys, because it literally affects 90% of golfers.
Yeah, and another good drill to do this on the range, so you don't have a wall typically on the range, is set up to this ball. Now set up where it's super close to you, where you feel really crowded. Okay, this is, a lot of golfers think they shank because they're too close to it, so they'll get into that habit we're talking about. They'll throw the butt back. I want to see a golfer who has an issue with this early extension really crowd themselves at impact and create space on the downswing.
Yeah, so they got to go that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've got to get used to moving the hips away from the ball as they're swinging, or they'll just cram themselves in there, maybe hit their thigh even sometimes.
Yeah, so that's a great way to kind of do the in-swing part of it. But I mean, if you can just put your club here, just fold over it and crack your knees without pushing the hips excessively back. You know, imagine the center of your hips is here. You know, feel like you bend forward without a lot of motion back. That's going to get you bent over the ball without squatting down and causing this early extension. I think that's a great fix for a lot of
Absolutely.
you.
Some of you are going to have one of these 5, some 2, some 3, some will have all 5 of these. You start cleaning these up, you're going to be amazed at how much better the club starts to move around you and how much better impact will get for you.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and give it a like. Also, if you have any questions about today's video or you have an idea of a video that you want us to shoot, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. We read every single comment. We also respond to the comments. So again, leave us a comment if you have any questions or there's anything you'd like to see. Now, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button. We have videos coming out every single week and we don't want you to miss one. So by clicking subscribe, that ensures you're notified right away when a new video comes out. And hey, if you want to add instant distance to your drive, and we all do, everybody wants more distance, go ahead and click the link in the pinned comment below. You're going to see a link. Click on it. It's going to take you to a page. You're going to enter your name and email address. We're going to send you an email where you're going to get access to instant distance, which is a video training that we put out. We know it's going to help you. We know we're going to see you farther down the fairway.